Forever. Dog.
Oh, this is really gonna go to shit without Ashley.
No, don't say that, Mac.
I'm just...
Pull yourself together.
Dad always keeps us grounded, and today...
Mac, stop.
Oh, are you trying to yell?
I don't know. I was like trying to like channel. And are we recording in the room? We are. Papa. Are we recording in the room without Ashley? Do we know how this tech works?
Wait.
Oh,
Sorry,
Mac
just
has a
wait another
reveal?
minute. Just... No,
Oh,
I
we're just
don't.
putting
I
a-
just...
Hood up.
Dad's gone, and Mom doesn't understand me.
I was just thinking, I'm like, you look like you're Justin Bieber a little bit. That's.
Oh my god,
I'm sorry.
Like Justin Bieber.
Yeah, you're giving off Justin Bieber vibes.
Down here in Florida thinking I'm in my femme era, when in reality, I'm in my
Sorry,
boobs
Mac,
era.
you showed up in a gray hoodie with a baseball cap on. In what world are you in your femme era?
This is like... When femme lesbians dress like this, everybody's like, cute. When I do, I mask.
I'm not saying you're not cute. I'm just saying you're not femme.
When straight femme women put on their boyfriend's like button-down shirt after they hook up, that's like
Yes.
cutesy. But when I do it, I'm a masked lesbian. Are you kidding
Listen,
me?
you are explaining it yourself. You are explaining the difference right now. You're saying when femme lesbians do it. So the femme is separate. The femme is separate from the outfit. Like, you have to be femme first for the outfit to be femme.
Wow, we just broke down like gender expressions so well.
We've done it. I think that's all we
that
need
was
today.
it.
Thank
Keep
you for
it
listening,
simple.
everybody. We've solved gender.
chosenfamily.com. Wait.
No.
Patreon.com/chosenfamilypodcast. We'll see you guys next week. That was off a sticky note.
Right, but you did. Like, let's
No,
not
no,
pretend
no,
you
no,
did it perfect. Oh, are we gonna edit that out?
Danny will cut that.
Okay, Danny, just cut the first part and just leave it as if Mac did it perfect. Cut any mistakes that we make today so that everyone's like, wow,
Yes.
they're so capable.
good. They're
like, even without
memories.
Ashley
They're
they're like so capable and capable.
Yeah, we're doing fine.
We're doing fine.
It's really
we don't
fine.
need Dad. We're
we
fine
don't.
without Dad.
It's not the first time Dad's left. Actually, it is the first time Dad's left because Mom's left before.
Okay, I was
hoping you
weren't gonna bring that up.
I'm the only one. Hot Teenage Brother's the only one here that's been consistent. Hot
Baby
Teenage
is
Brother
the
always
only
shows
one
up.
that's been consistent. That's true.
Babies
actually.
aren't consistent, Alayna. Babies
But
are
you are.
chaos.
But you are. Oh, so for everyone listening, hi everybody. Ashley's sick. Her voice is absolutely shot. And
She
so
refused to drink water, and it caught up to her. And
No
this
water,
is gonna
no
come out a couple
coffee.
weeks after, but you guys remember a couple weeks ago, we could not get her to drink any liquid whatsoever. We tried to put the IV in after the episode,
we tried.
and she fought us nail and tooth. Is that the
Tooth and
saying?
nail. Tooth and nail. You were close.
Why is that also a thing? And why did I think of it?
That's a good
Maybe
question.
because they're like hard.
I'm gonna Google it.
We couldn't get her to drink any of the fluid. We couldn't get her to inject any of the fluid. And it caught up to you. So that's why today's episode is sponsored by water. H2O. Find it in a natural
Oh.
spring. Find it in a lake.
Sorry.
Find it in an
I completely tuned out to go and Google this, and I tuned back in, and you're doing an ad for water. Mac, we're not being
yeah.
paid for this.
Aren't we though? Mother Nature pays us with producing water. We're a mess.
We
I
should
miss
give thanks.
Ashley.
We should give thanks to Mother Nature every episode. This is now a religious podcast. We are Wiccans. Welcome to the Chosen Family podcast. What are you envisioning when you hear tooth and nail? Like, what are the objects that you're thinking of?
Do you honestly want to know what I'm thinking of? It's kind of morbid.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like a person using a tooth to like nail.
Oh, God.
That's just the first thing that comes to my mind.
Okay, using their tooth to nail in a nail. So you're still thinking like nail, like the tool to hammer into something. Nail.
Yeah.
Because I'm picturing the same, well, I'm not picturing the same thing, but I'm picturing tooth as in like biting, and then
Yeah.
a nail, like a metal sharp thing as like
Yes.
a weapon, right? It's saying it's tooth and nail, like tooth from your mouth, nail from your hand.
Wow, that's really dark, actually. Like a last-minute defense.
Yeah,
This
yes,
is horrible.
It says
That took a
the
really
phrase
dark turn.
means to engage in vigorous combat or make a strenuous effort using all one's resources. The expression, with its allusion to biting and scratching, was first recorded in 1576.
1576?
So Ashley has been fighting against water for a very long time. For a very long time.
1576.
Since 1576.
I was gonna ask you, what are your preferred, like, mother terms?
Are you, like, asking me my, like, maternity pronouns right now?
Yes, I'm asking Yes, I'm asking you your maternity pronouns right now. There's a lot. There are a ton.
Yeah,
and
what are the
I'm sorry to put you on the
options?
spot like this.
I
What are
haven't
the-
thought about this.
Ma, mama, mommy. Somebody make this into a sound.
Yeah, this is just a trick. I just wanted
Um,
to hear you say them all.
Mom.
Mama. I feel like each of those has its own connotation, which is interesting.
It does.
Ma is not really for me because I'm not a Southern belle.
From Alabama? Yeah.
Yeah. Mom feels more genuine. Like a...
Yeah. But it
There's,
also
like, a
feels a little
protective-
strict.
Oh, interesting.
Like, I feel like kids that call their mom's mom, it feels a little bit more binary.
See, that's what I get from mother.
Oh, well, that's weird.
That's where I
no
get
one should
strict.
do that. That's really weird.
Have you ever heard someone seriously call their parent mother?
Thank God I haven't. No. And I hope I never do. That, if I heard somebody,
That's actually my
brain
preferred.
instantly
That's actually
goes
my
to,
preferred pronoun.
No one is gonna. I'm so sorry. No one.
I actually would like everyone to call
I
me
will
mother.
not respect your pronouns. No one is gonna use them.
No, mother feels very like.
My
that
preferred
feels
pronouns are.
strict. Your preferred family pronouns?
Never mind. Well, because I'm not the dad, I was gonna say daddy as a joke, but it's not funny because I'm baby and also
Yes.
I'm not baby. I'm hot teenage brother, but dad
That's
is
your
also
preferred family pronoun, is hot teenage brother. But we also don't respect that
Yes.
and call you baby.
That's so true. So why should I respect any of yours?
Oh, man. And this is supposed to be like the Chosen Family podcast. Like, this is supposed to be a safe queer space for people of all identities. And here we are
It's
just
safe for
disrespecting
queer people.
each other.
It's not safe for families.
We are not family friendly. You're
don't
not
think?
wrong. I don't even want to list the things that have happened on this podcast that are not family friendly.
Whatever. Speaking
Like-
of, welcome to the Chosen Family podcast.
Hello,
Dad-
everybody.
We might look a little different today,
Yeah.
but we still have all the same love, and we still are happy to be here. We just might cry a little bit because
We
we're
just
not
might
a
cry
whole
a little
family right
bit.
now.
Well, you know what? I think I was gonna say as mom, I can step up, but
What do you
that
mean?
sounds like I'm implying that like the father runs the household and then like the mother can step up. I don't mean that generally. I mean in this situation, like Ashley runs shit, and we come and we talk, and then she takes the reins, and now here we are. I feel like baby. Without Ashley here, I feel like baby.
No, that's okay because I have to step up. It's my time. It's my time to be a man.
There you go. Yeah, it's your time to be the head of this household.
And that's why I dressed like Justin Bieber when I came today because I was like,
No,
if
no,
anybody
Mac.
is the man, it is J Beebs.
You can
baby, oh.
You cannot flip your intention like that. You came in attempting to dress like a femme, Mac.
No.
What?
No, I knew Ashley was gone, and I knew it was. I have to step up, and it's like, I don't know any of his new music, but I'm sure there are some really good songs that like would really represent the situation well. What's that one about?
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about Justin Bieber. I know he's
Oh.
Canadian, and that's about it. Anyway, this is the
Should we
Chosen
get into
Family
updates or
podcast.
like what?
Hello.
Like, how are you?
We didn't finish introducing. This is a disaster.
I feel like we actually introduced like 3 times.
No, because I have to say,
Ashley.
hi, I'm Alayna Joy. I'm your mom. I'm Alayna Joy. I'm your mother. I'm your mother, and I only go by mother. Mother and mother only.
Mother is mothering.
And this is
I
Mac.
hate that. I'm Mac.
This is
I'm
Mac,
hot
she's
teenage
baby.
brother.
She's baby.
I'm hot teenage
and
brother
Ashley
normally,
is our
but
father.
today I'm
Ashley
stepping
is
up.
our father. who art in heaven,
and
hallowed be thy
our
name.
Son and our Holy Spirit.
Yes.
God bless.
Like we
with
said,
or without the water.
this is a religion podcast now.
Yes. Welcome. Oh, this is really gonna go to shit without Ashley.
No, don't say that, Mac.
I'm just.
Pull yourself together.
Dad always keeps us grounded, and today.
Mac, stop.
Oh,
Pull
are you
yourself
trying to
together,
yell?
please. I don't know. I was like trying to like channel. Honestly, I was thinking about that boy that you told us about who fell off his bike and then his dad was like, "Stop crying."
Don't think about that.
I was trying to like channel
shouldn't.
that energy, and that's what happened. I started whispering. I don't know.
I was wondering last night when I was laying in bed thinking about the fact that we would be without Ashley today. When someone needs to dad rant, who is gonna step up? Because neither of us really have
that's a good.
yell in our blood, I feel like.
Yeah.
I think about the times I've been the maddest in my life and I still haven't. I don't have that in me.
Yeah, the
I've never
yell
had
gene.
that in me. And
I don't.
here's a
think I've
solution to this that I was also thinking about.
Okay.
I
Yeah, tell
think-
us. I mean, just
think-
tell me, because it's just me.
No, Sydney's here. She's just not.
Tell me, Mac.
She's just not on.
Just tell me.
She's just not on. So anyway, I think we should take all the money. We should take all the money we've ever earned from this podcast, and we should buy. Just stay with me.
I'm trying.
And we should buy a soundboard for
That's
me
a good idea.
to hold while we
Oh.
record.
Okay. Do you have any like particular sounds you're imagining?
I have plenty of sounds, but first I have to get you guys, or just you. I have to get just you,
it's
Mother,
just
on
me.
board.
Just me, Mac. It's just me.
Mother,
today.
can I please have a soundboard?
Oh God. Okay, I take it back. I hate.
Now
Mother.
I'm
I
your
take it back, I hate it.
15-year-old like SoundCloud rapper son, asking you to
Oh,
buy me
no.
a soundboard, please, so I can make my beats.
Look, I'm imagining you with a soundboard. The only sounds that I'm imagining is that you would take every moan that has ever happened on this podcast
I would
and make it a
literally
button.
never do that.
Okay, thank God. Then
And
maybe
also-
you can have a soundboard.
There are so many semantics involved in that. Like, is it one moan per button? How do I keep track of which moan is on a button? Because you can't write a moan sound, you just write moan. So what if I pressed the
Right.
wrong moan? Or am I putting all the moans together amongst one button? In which
Right,
case,
this is wow.
that's a
There's
long
lot to
sound.
consider.
That's not gonna...
And
that's like an intermission. That's mid-episode climax.
Also, is it porn now? just all the sounds, all the moans one after another.
Starting to get
it
that not
feels-
family-friendly thing you were saying earlier.
Exactly.
Makes a little sense now. Okay,
Can
we
go
could
back
have...
to talking about religion.
I'm willing to compromise a lot of sounds right now to get this
Right.
enacted, to get this rolling. We need
If you
one of
could only
Ashley just
pick-
going, Dad rat!
Yes.
And like, so when she starts rambling, if she forgets
Yep.
to say it, I'll just press it.
press the
And
button.
it can go like, Dad rat!
Dad rant. Love
And then
that.
I need another one. This will save you a lot of time and energy. We just
Okay.
need one of you going, baby. And then when I introduce myself, I'll press the button for you. And so then
You're
you don't
gonna
even
baby
have to say
yourself?
anything. Yes,
I
I'm
appreciate that. I feel seen.
I'm misgendering myself in the family based on what I know society, i.e. you guys, want to see of me. And so I'm trying to
Okay.
fit that stereotype. And so, yeah, I'll do it for myself.
What would be your sound? So you've got one for Ashley, one for me. What would be your...
Mine can just be, I'll just record laugh
like
tracks
yours-
of myself.
No, yours would be... yours would just be you going, I don't really know if I have anything to say to this question. This really seems kind of like an Alayna question. This really seems kind of like an Ashley question, guys.
Mine will just be like, I don't really have an update. Me going, okay, listen, I still didn't do my passport, but enter excuse of the week. Okay, so what I'm sensing is that everyone, is on board with the board.
We are on Soundboard. And by we,
This
I
is
just
so
mean me,
exciting.
because it's just me.
I'm sure
Just me.
Sydney, who is here producing for us, is happy to
Yes.
also vote. And also, I hate to say this, I hate to pull this card. 2 out of 3 of us are here. That's a majority.
Okay. You have a point.
I hate to,
But do
I
we
hate
have
to bring up
use
democracy.
all of the money? Do we have to use all the money from the podcast? Like, what kind of soundboard are we getting here? Can we start with like
Are they not,
a base
like,
model?
Super expensive? Are they not
I
like
don't
tens of
think so.
thousands of dollars?
What? No, Mac. What?
No.
world are you-
Then why don't we have one?
It's a
Then why
keyboard
don't we
with
have
buttons
one?
on it. Am I wrong? Soundboards? No way. Soundboard.
If they are like, if they're like a couple $100, why don't we have one? I assumed that they were like really expensive, and that's why.
Okay, well, there's like the fancy one from Rode is like a grand, so that's a bit nutty.
But that's like the top notch.
there are digital soundboards.
What does that mean?
Like, you can pay a monthly subscription fee and have a website be your soundboard where you can
No, I
click
don't like
virtual
that.
buttons.
No, I like old school. I don't like any of that fancy schmancy techie. Our podcast being run entirely from the internet.
What if it was Christmas, because this is a Christian podcast,
Oh, okay.
and we got you a virtual soundboard for your present? Is this how you're going to behave?
How am I supposed to?
Son?
How am I supposed to run a soundboard online for like? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, how does that work?
Has her whole career on the internet, but how am I going to use the internet?
How am I gonna play a sound that won't play out loud on my laptop, so my mic won't pick it up?
Look, Mac, I don't know. I didn't design
I
the
also
system.
think that
I'm
everyone
not
would really
running this
like
service.
me to like hold. Yeah, why don't you know this? Alayna? Why don't you know more about soundboards?
That's on me. I'm sorry.
Listener, write in. How do you feel about the soundboard situation? We could also do like a sound of the month, and the patrons could choose like a new
Oh.
sound button.
Okay, Mac, that's such
Okay,
a good idea,
she
and we
loved that.
somehow
Mother loved that
because how fun. Somehow we don't know what the sound is, but the patrons get to decide. And let's say Sydney or like Danny, someone
Yeah.
behind the scenes, programs a button each week. That's a
Button
patron
reveal.
sound, and we have a button reveal.
idea.
Mac.
This was
We're go-
genius.
we- we're gonna have to run
We're
this
gonna
by
get
your
like 1,000
father.
new patrons like overnight because of this.
Yes. Which, patreon.com/chosenfamilypodcast.
Like
Thank
I said
you to all of our
earlier,
patrons. Like Mac almost kind of said earlier, that's how we do this podcast. That's what makes this possible, is the support of our patrons. So thank you very much. We have a private Discord server where we get our questions for this podcast. That's, if you want to ask a question, that's where you can do it. And we do bonus content, bonus episodes every month,
full episode every month.
full episodes. Mac and I are recording one after this, where we talk about, most of the time we talk about stuff that we aren't comfortable talking about on like the World Wide Web.
Yeah. Sometimes you need a paywall to feel a little bit more safe.
Yes.
And also, it's like
Yes.
the people that actually want to hear that stuff so bad that they go behind the paywall, I trust them. Because it's like, they're
Right.
not going to share anything. They care. Like, they're nice.
Right.
If I met them in person, they would, like, ask for a hug. They wouldn't just hug. You know?
And these are qualifications you have to meet, specifications, in order to become a patron.
Yeah.
You have to
Very
agree to
strict
these
background
terms.
check.
Very
Yes.
strict background check.
Yeah.
Social
There's
security
also
number.
no family misgendering on the Patreon. as of
We need your
today.
banking info, but literally. Okay, Mac, updates. Do you have any updates? How are you?
Alayna, I'm
Don't
gonna
you
say
dare.
something. Oh, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that.
Okay. Okay.
But I am going to say something that I don't think anybody has ever said in, like, the history. There are not many sentences that haven't come out of somebody's mouth. But
Right.
I think I am going to make history. I'm stepping onto the moon. I'm putting down the
Okay.
flag. I'm the first person probably to ever say this.
Okay.
I'm going back to Missouri. Next week.
Like, okay, more, please. Like, back forever.
I'm going back to
for
Missouri.
a visit.
back for a intermission. I don't even really know like what to
Okay.
call it. So, as you guys know, housing situation is weird. We're still waiting
Yeah.
for our apartment. Everyone's
Oh
gonna
my
love
God,
this.
Seriously?
It got pushed again. Pushed
Something's
back.
not right, Mac.
I
Something's
know
not right.
okay, everyone keeps saying this. They're compensating us for like the wait. They offered to find us
Okay.
another place to live, like all of this stuff. So
Okay.
just
Yeah.
trust me when I say it's not sketchy. And if you're
Yeah.
still worried
just
about
annoying.
it, we have multiple like parents that are helping us of like my parents and like my girlfriend's friends' parents and stuff. So like there are adults
And your
involved.
podcast
Me
parents.
acting like I'm not 24, like I'm supposed to be able to handle it. Whatever. It still feels safer to. Sometimes you just need mother, and
No,
I need
24
that right
is
now.
young nowadays.
You saying that made me feel like it was old. You like you
What do you
like being
mean?
like you don't have to tell me that 24 is young unless you think that it's old.
No, I'm saying it. No, I'm saying it so seriously. From like I'm thinking about one of my classes and like learning about development, and how the developmental stages are shifting older and older as time goes on. So like the expectations of a 24-year-old today are very different than the expectations of a 24-year-old 20 years ago.
Well,
And that's
did
just
they
normal.
do any science on expectations of queer 24-year-olds? Because I feel like it's a little different.
Did they
Because I'm
do
pretty
any
sure I'm supposed to
science?
have. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to have everything
I would
figured out.
wager a bet. I would wager a bet that queer 24-year-olds, that the science they've done on that would show that you have even less expectation to have everything figured out, because us queer people do things even later than the norm.
I guess that's true.
The average. That's
Well,
true,
anyway,
Mac. Give yourself a
it's not
break.
sketchy. It just sucks. Is basically what I'm trying to say. So I don't want people
Yeah.
to like worry that like we're being taken advantage of or ripped off or blah blah blah. First of all, don't infantilize me. I've got this handled. The hot teenage brother,
24-year-old is a full adult.
24-year-old
is
got this
full
handled.
adult.
No one's ripped me off ever.
Full
Probably.
adult. Brain
Oh.
not fully developed, literally for another year, but fully adult.
Yeah, that. Also, wait, no, I can't. This is totally a sidebar. But
No, say it.
oh, do you have a side? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get way
I
off
need
topic.
to blow my
this
nose
is like,
so bad.
girl,
That's okay. Can I go blow
Go
my
blow
nose?
it.
I'm sorry.
Go blow it.
1 second. It's like driving me nuts. 1 sec.
That's
What? Sorry, I'm back.
your little like trot back noise was hilarious. You sound like a gazelle.
I was running. I don't want to waste
It
anybody's
was like
time.
toe running, and I heard like that was hilarious.
That's my
You
tiptoe
run
I guess.
so Alayna.
What?
That is so
I'm in an apartment, so like you don't want to run loud because there's people below you.
I'm surprised you even made contact with the ground, honestly. Like, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I'm just gonna step really quick, just super quick, really light, really light.
I go down to the floor below and like knock on the door and let them know, hey, I'm just gonna be running across the apartment real quick one time.
I don't even think
I'm
you have
sorry.
to run to do that. You just knock and you say, hey, I'm gonna be walking in my
I'm
apartment today. I just wanted to let you know I bought you these noise-proof
Here's some
earphones.
flowers. Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I will be home today. I will probably be walking. I'll try
I
to.
will be
I'll
living
keep it to a
in my
minimum.
apartment.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Okay, sorry.
about the
You,
brain
you had a
thing,
sidebar.
I shouldn't be sidebar again because it's a big sidebar. Don't you
Okay.
think that it's kind of ridiculous that I don't know if this is as much of a problem in Canada, so maybe you can also like inform me about that, but
Okay.
that 18-year-olds when they graduate college are able to take out like hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loans at 18 and then they graduate college at like whatever 22 24, then they just have that debt forever. Like, how can they be expected to make a decision like that?
Yeah, it's a very good point, Mac, just in general. That like the things we allow an 18-year-old to do, but then, like in the US, but then you can't drink until you're 21. But
Yeah.
like you can put yourself into 100,000. Well, and if you think about it, no one's letting an 18-year-old with no money, a student with likely not a high-paying job, no one's letting them take out a mortgage on a house.
Literally.
Because, like, the
Oh my
bank is
God.
going, well, you're not going to be able to pay that.
Yeah.
Well, but they can take hundreds of thousands of dollars of student debt.
I think this is probably
really
an
doesn't
even
make any
bigger
sense.
conversation because of, like, the student loan forgiveness that Biden tried to pass and then it got
I
turned
can't
down.
believe that. I really thought that was going to go through. I was so excited for all of you.
I thought it was going to go through too. I was listening to, I was at my gym one morning. This was when I lived in Missouri. And there are these two old dudes, like, talking about it. And I paused my music and I was eavesdropping, which I know is rude. But they were right next to me and, like, speaking
It's not
quite
rude
loudly.
if you're literally, like, in the same room. They're talking next to you. That's not eavesdropping. That's just having ears.
It felt dirty. It felt
being a hearing individual.
it felt wrong. I don't know. Anyway, they were talking about it and they were so pissed. They were like, I can't. When I was a kid,
Oh, they were pissed.
we had to pay
Of course
for
they
our
were.
own education, and
Oh my
now
God.
my taxpayer dollars are going to go to blah blah blah. Didn't the government lose like $12 billion last year? Like, didn't they just lose it? They don't know where it went. Like, it just went away.
It just went away. I don't know about that, but sounds
I
about
don't
right.
understand. Like, it's
Well,
just.
And I never have understood this mentality of, like, whatever you're referring to, we had it hard, so they should also have it hard. Like, the whole back in my day, even when you think about parenting, and you have parents saying, like, well, back in my day, if I would have, I'm thinking about mental illness in particular, and,
I
like,
understand.
youth who are struggling with mental illness, and having the parents be like, well, in my day, it would have just been, like, pick yourself up by your bootstraps, get over it.
Yeah.
And it's like you're saying these things, acknowledging that they were hard, acknowledging
That you needed help, or like
Yes!
you needed to talk to someone and you couldn't.
yes, and you weren't provided that.
Yeah.
Why? Like, why
You're
is
acknowledging that it's
then-
hard. Why do you, or like that it's difficult for a kid or a teen or whoever, a young adult, an adult, fuck it. Like, why is that meaning that it should continue to be that way for everyone? Like, you're now able to acknowledge it,
Exactly.
so then don't you fix it?
Exactly. You're saying,
Like-
like, well, this was actually really hard and kind of traumatizing for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't wish it on anyone, but, like, you should have to do it too because I had to do it.
That's, hey, that builds character.
I
rant.
guess
rant.
that's the argument, right? Huh. No, the student loan debt thing is it is different up in Canada because our education is, like, way less expensive, but there's also places where it's free, you know?
Yeah.
Like other
that's-
countries. So
Oh, I'm like learning how expensive education is in different states because I'm looking into going back to school. I'll probably talk about it more later because I don't want to talk about stuff unless I like.
right.
Well, I
Do you
guess
want
it
to talk
is
about it on the
enacting
bonus
right now.
episode?
I'll probably talk
Should we-
about it more on the bonus episode. If not, I'll talk
Okay.
about it in a future Patreon episode. But
Okay.
I'm looking at that, and because I'm moving to California, obviously my options are to do classes in California in person or like do them somewhere online. But you have to be a resident there for 366 days in order to qualify for in-state tuition. And for like the idea that I had, I'm not wanting to wait until essentially not this upcoming spring, but the spring after that
Yeah.
to be able to qualify for that. But for what I want to do, I can't take online classes, at least for like the first 2 years. So it's not like I can take classes in Missouri. So I'm having to pay out-of-state tuition in California, which I'm very thankful that like I'm able to put the money that I've made towards something I care about in education. I feel like very, very grateful that I'm able to do that because obviously it's privileged to like not even have to take out student loans. When I was in Missouri, I think I was paying like $3,000 or $4,000 a semester but then of course there were like grants and stuff and like blah blah blah. And before I started doing social media, my family was lower income, so like I qualified for grants. But then moving to California, I'm like, oh my god, it's so expensive.
What is it? I don't know the price
It's,
difference.
I think for the one that I'm looking at, which is like a community college, it was like 10,000-ish or something. I don't know.
Per semester?
We'll see. Hopefully not. I need to get my course schedule. I don't think per semester. It was like because so oh my god, I'm like so jumbled right now. It was $46 per credit hour for an in-state resident. For an out-of-state resident, it was $356. So there's like a $300 per credit hour. So there's like a big jump there. I don't know where I got that number, but anyway, it's priced
expensive.
Differently. It's priced differently.
End of the day.
Than And like I was never a person that wanted to spend a lot of money on school because I was always like, well, I feel like you can make money outside of school, but for the thing I want to do, I do need to go to school.
Oh my god, I want to know so bad, but I'm gonna wait till the Patreon episode.
You're kind of gonna be like, what the fuck? Like,
No, that's okay. Great, I want to hear it.
You're just gonna
so
be like,
much.
that makes literally no sense.
I doubt that
at all.
I very much doubt that.
Anyway,
but I can't wait to hear.
What
about
were we
it.
talking about before the sidebar that you insisted that I go on? That I said no,
Not
it's
a
gonna
clue.
take up too much time, and then it did.
Literally
take up
not
too
a
much
clue.
Time. So I'm going back to Missouri for a month.
Okay.
Period.
How do you feel about that?
I'm actually really excited.
I almost said, wait, to cut that down, I almost said her name.
You didn't
Is
say
your
it.
girlfriend? Yeah, but I started, and I feel like people
Danny,
could
Danny,
see
I almost said, you know, I thought something that I don't think should be in the podcast. Can you cut that section where I was just thinking?
No, because I feel like my mouth was making the. Oh no. Okay, well, up to Mac, if she wants to leave it or not. Is your girlfriend coming with you to Missouri?
Yeah, she's coming with me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going back next week. I'm actually really excited because in Florida it is like humid AF, and obviously there's like other things that just aren't the same as Missouri. So I'm really excited to have one more Midwest fall because I told my girlfriend, I was like,
yes.
I wish that when we were there over the summer, I was like, I wish right now was fall so that we could like spend one last fall here and then go to California because it gets chillier in California, but it's not like a Midwest fall. You don't know until you've been there.
Oh my god, like it's fall here right now. Like Vancouver, it's really rainy, but like I love the rain. I love it. I love the rain. I love like now the trees are starting to change color and stuff. Oh, this is my favorite time of year.
It's really nice. So I'm really excited to be back there for that, and then we're gonna hopefully get out to California ASAP.
Yeah.
And I miss my sister, so I'm excited to
I was
see
gonna say
my other sister. So what's
That's
up
a
with
nice
you, mother?
I kind of hate it. I really think I hate it.
You asked for this. I'm trying to be respectful of your request.
I'm sorry. I know I asked for it, and then I changed my mind. Okay. Consent
You
doesn't
can
mean
change
consent
your
forever.
mind. You can change your mind about your
I can revoke
pronouns?
consent at any time.
What?
Yeah, you can change.
Do you think we're kind of lame?
You know what? Possibly.
I think you and I'm wondering if
totally
Ashley
possible.
makes us hip. I just said hip on pod.
You did. I also take back everything I just said about 24 being young, considering you just said hip.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I think I was thinking about what my like update was going to be for this episode, and I'm like looking at my calendar thinking about what I could possibly do or say, talk about, and I'm like, it's all just going to be the same from now until the next like 2 years because it's just school.
Yeah.
But the thing that I can say is like I am loving it. Like I feel very confident that I have gone into the correct degree for me.
Oh, I bet that feels good.
Like it does. I just am enjoying. Like I'm on campus. All my classes are in person. When I'm on campus, I'm just like booping around campus with my little backpack, and I'm like being a little student, and I just feel like this kind of I feel this sense of excitement and like wonder, which is maybe an unexpected feeling.
Alayna, you
but
are
like
literally the cutest person to exist ever. Girl, you are enjoying the journey. You're enjoying the journey.
I
It's
am.
not the destination.
I'm enjoying the journey. I am. And in class, I'm like enjoying the things that I'm learning about, which is like, well, yeah, when you go into grad school, you're continuing to like refine down the thing that you're learning about to more and more specific things that fit your areas of interest.
Yeah,
So it makes sense, but I guess I didn't expect, this is what I didn't expect. I didn't expect it to feel so different from my undergrad degree. It feels very different. Well, when I was in my undergrad, I don't know, I felt my mental health went real rough when I was in my undergrad because I was fixated on like being perfect. Surprise, surprise. And you
don't do that now ever.
No, and now I've fixed that.
I've cured that. I'm cured.
I've cured that because now I actually am perfect. So I don't really have to try anymore.
She figured out how to float when she's moving around her apartment, and her neighbors don't have to worry about it anymore.
Exactly, perfection. No, I basically, and I think I've talked about this on the podcast before. My goal coming into this program, and I'm working on it, like Mac was just joking about, like I'm definitely not there, but what I'm actively trying to do is focus less on being perfect, getting a good grade, because before it was like I was trying to figure out the most efficient, fastest way possible to do the thing that the professor wanted so that I would get a good grade. It wasn't about actually absorbing information, actually learning, actually like processing and taking in the things that I was learning about. It was just like rote memory for exams. You know, how fast can I write this paper? How much can I skim these readings and just take out like the parts that are going to be on the exam? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now I'm really trying to, and it helps that I'm interested in the material, but it's like I'm trying to actually take time with everything. And like another difference in grad school is that when you're writing papers and doing assignments and stuff, there's no just like work for the sake of work.
No filler work.
They're not like assigning. There's no filler work. It's like when you do papers, when you do presentations, it's always, at least so far in my experience, in the 5 classes now I've been in, it's always been like, do a presentation on the topic of your choice. Write your final paper on the topic of your choice. Yeah. So you choose something that you actually think will be helpful to you in terms of the direction you want to go. Yeah. And then the point is that it's supposed to like help you learn. It's not supposed to just be like, prove to me how much you know on this subject that I chose for you. Yeah. Instead of like wasting brain power on just random additional topics, you're able to actually look at what you want to look at. That's really nice. Yeah. It's like, and then we just started something called lab in one of my classes, which is essentially like peer counseling. So we're practicing counseling with each other.
That's so funny you said. I just read this book, and there was a section of the book where the lady in it, she's a PhD and she's a therapist, and she was talking about that and like the clinical, I don't know what it's called, but like she would sit with a student and they would like pair off and they would do the peer thing and like demonstrate something. That's so cool.
And so what's so neat about this program, the thing I'm really excited about, is the way it's structured, because this is why I'm in counseling psych rather than clinical psych. Clinical psych more has a research focus, which I enjoy. I enjoy research, and that's great. But I was really interested in the practical aspect of actually counseling, actually working with people. And so counseling psychology has a big focus on the practice of therapy. Yeah. So this year we do lab, which is like practicing with your peers. Next year we have something called clinic, which is where we practice with actually the general public. So it's like the client gets free counseling in exchange for them knowing that their counselor is a student.
It's like when you go get a haircut from like a student and it's super cheap.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
That's so cool.
And then after that, we have something called practicum, which is where you're then placed in an actual organization, and you're essentially working as a supervised counselor. Wow. So it's like 3 kind of levels of practice.
That is so cool. That is like, that's like you're putting away the textbook and you're putting on the what do you guys wear? Jackets? Putting on the professional uniform. Do you guys wear?
Oh, you
do
mean
have, like, a uniform?
counselors?
I've never been to an in-person counselor.
Jackets?
BetterHelp.com/chosen family.
No,
Yeah, I don't-
well, okay, it's kind of funny because I knew I was going to talk about this today. This, to me, is like my most therapist sweater.
You do
Like,
look
because
therapist.
It feels very, like, flowy, cozy. This, to me, says therapist.
Yeah, that makes sense why I've been talking so much today, because I feel like if I stop talking, you're going to ask me how that makes me feel.
How does that make you feel, though? Well, and we're learning so many, yeah. I mean, I could probably talk about this forever, but, like, we're also just it's kind of fun, like, learning trying to understand how to speak with people in a therapeutic way, right? That's not just, and how did that make you feel? And how do you feel about that? And how do you feel about that? Like, learning how to ask questions in a way that invites reflection.
Yeah. That
So
sounds
fun.
so hard, but also it's your literal job field, so I feel like it's
is
gonna work out
hard.
for you.
It's like,
That's
when you,
crazy.
like, we're just getting started, and, like, you learn this stuff and you're like, oh, that makes total sense. Oh my god, that's such a good idea. I love how she phrased that. I love watching this counselor is so great. I want to do that. And then you get into the room and someone's like telling you their experience and you're like, and how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's really hard to then actually, like, put it into practice in the moment, but that's why we're practicing. Anyway, I just talked for...
Well, Alayna, I will say this, and I don't say this often, I also talked for a lot, so I don't even want to hear it.
It's so
I
weird.
think
It's
we
almost
talked
like
for
when
equal.
there's two of us rather than
Yeah.
three of us, it's almost like we have to talk more.
Yeah, before people get into the comments and blah, 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 if I have something to say, I will say it, okay? I'm just generally a little bit quieter than Alayna and Ashley are. There's only two of us here today, so there's more dead space, so I'm talking more. If I get a comment about... Okay, because I've seen a couple, and also,
know.
like, Ashley pointed one of them out to me a while ago, and, like...
Yeah. No,
I
I
hate that
feel
plot
like
line.
especially the past few episodes, you've, like, opened up more. Or, like
I'm really
the episode
trying...
that just went out a few weeks ago, I was, like, dying laughing at you and Ashley before I showed up.
Okay, good, because I'm...
Like, that was great.
I'm trying to ramp it up. This is not like
doing
me.
great.
I'm generally a pretty quiet person, just so you guys
No,
know.
you're
So this
doing
is all
so
for
good.
you. And if you think
Aw,
this is Alayna, oh my god, you.
Sorry, you're just, like, doing so good. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Barbie.
Thank you, Barbie. I just, just, like, took a patriarchy and, like, made a patriarchy.
It's actually a lot more difficult than people think for me to open up on the podcast. Yes, whatever.
You're so brave.
That's hilarious. Well, this was an episode.
Yeah, so we didn't answer a question and we didn't have Sydnie. We were gonna have Sydnie.
Mother. Guys, we had a special... Oh, Sydnie!
Hi.
Sorry, we went off and
No,
we
it
were-
was a great episode.
How are you?
Wait, can we bring Sydnie onto the Patreon episode?
We totally
Oh,
could.
that's a good idea.
Guys,
Sydnie,
we
do
were
you
gonna
wanna-
bring Sydnie on today because we wanted to give you like a cool BTS of Ashley's executive assistant, but
Exactly.
we totally bombed that. I knew we would do something wrong today. I just didn't know what it would be.
At least the episode's recorded. It could have been way worse.
That's true.
That's so true.
I wonder if we should answer one question, or is this is enough?
I think people won't be mad at us for catching up because we haven't talked in a couple weeks.
That's true. But that's true every time we record.
But now it's gonna be on record me saying that, and then people are gonna be like, "Fuck you, Mac! You didn't let. We wanted a question," and I'll look for a question.
I don't think Mac. I think you're getting too into the beep boop now. I feel like
Do you think
our
I am?
comment section is like this beautiful, lovely thing for the most part.
I love our comment section, but I did get upset when I read that people were worried that, like, I was being interrupted or whatever it was.
Oh, right.
That bothered me because it's just, like,
Because
And,
we don't actually
people
like
did,
you
like,
that much, and so it hurt
other
your
people
feelings.
other people responded with, like, I'm sure they have it, like, worked out among the three of them. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
We could do
Okay.
a quick question.
I'm looking.
This is for anyone who's
Oh,
listening or watching who doesn't recognize Sydnie. This is Ashley's executive assistant. So she helps
Hi.
us run a lot of the podcast stuff. And so we thought it could be fun to have her come on as a third and get the juicy gossip on working for Ashley. But then Mac and I just didn't shut our big mouths.
It was a lovely conversation you guys had. It was beautiful.
I don't even remember what we talked about. I think I blacked out.
Where are you getting the question from, Mac?
Wow, thank you for asking, Alayna. I'm getting our question from our Patreon-only Discord channel, patreon.com/chosenfamilypodcast, where we exclusively get questions from our patrons, and then we answer them on the episodes. Do you have a question? We have an answer. Join the Patreon. Okay, any advice? Oh, this is so spooky. Spooky. October,
Okay,
holiday season.
Perfect. It's spooky season.
Halloween.
This
Oh my
is coming
gosh,
out
I
on
got
the
chills
25th.
reading it.
It is almost
Is it
Halloween.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Wow.
wish I had known this was the Halloween episode.
That's true, actually.
Okay, we'll get spooky on the Patreon.
Okay.
Oh
Ooh,
my
I
gosh,
love
you
that.
guys. I got chills reading this question.
I
because
got
of how
chills. They're
spooky it is.
multiplying.
Any advice around avoiding or dealing with being ghosted?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
That is
Sydney?
That is a
spooky.
good question.
Sydney to you.
Well, usually when I get ghosted, I feel like I am getting ghosted, my tactic is to text the person, and if it's been like a couple dates or whatever, to be like, I'm not gonna let you ghost me, essentially, is what I say. And
Okay.
Sydney takes back the power.
You take the power
I do take
stance.
the power back. If it's like one date, I feel like it's no big deal and like just let that one go. But
Yeah.
if you've been seeing the person for a second and you feel like you're getting ghosted, usually I'm just like, if you don't want to see me again, that's totally fine. Just let me know.
Yeah.
Because my thoughts are either you say something, they don't respond, you're right back in the same position you were before. Or you say something and either they're like, oh, sorry, I've been so busy. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you get to see them again, or they say, sorry, I don't want to do this anymore, and you're still back in the same position. So
Right. Okay,
That's
can
so
I add to
true.
that?
Add.
Yeah.
What I would add, because I love that, like taking the power back, sending a message, I would put, me personally, I would put in that message, like what you just said, and then I would say, if you don't respond to this, I will take your silence as blank. So I will take your silence as
Oh, that's so smart.
you're not interested in seeing me
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever,
good.
so that even if they, so that when they, if they don't respond, it's almost like you are still getting an answer because they are choosing to allow you to believe that whatever
Yeah.
you said you're taking their silence as is how they feel. So it's almost like, to me, that would be even more of an answer than silence to a, like, hey, I think you're ghosting me.
Yeah.
Totally.
This feels like the only like real way to deal with being, because you can't avoid being ghosted. Like,
Yeah.
let's be honest. How would you
If
avoid
someone's gonna ghost you, they're gonna
being?
ghost you.
Yeah. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. So you might as well just send the message and take the power back. Take
I
an
love
example from
that.
Sydney.
Yeah.
I think that's like
And sometimes
literally
it
the
works.
only way to do it.
Right.
Yeah, that has, and also the
I
other
think
thing
so.
is, what if it is just a misunderstanding and like somebody got busy? Like,
Yeah.
I've never done this,
Yep.
but I know
Yeah.
a friend who like they would just forget to respond, and then they would feel like shit because they forgot to respond. But it like
Yep.
builds, and they're like, oh my god, I forgot
Yeah.
to respond last
Exactly.
time. I can't respond today. I can't respond today, and then it keeps building. So then you like
Yes.
open it up and give
If
them
someone
that
would break the
opportunity, break the cycle.
Yeah.
Good
But
answer.
it is October, so be careful out there.
Yes. Be safe
Ghosting's
out there.
multiplied
Tis
this
the
month.
season.
Although we all survived breakup season, didn't we? Breakup
What's
season's
breakup
over.
season?
It's the
No,
end of
this is it.
summer.
What's breakup season?
Breakup season.
Oh,
I would say probably like
that doesn't
I
make
would say
sense
like
to me.
mid-August to late September is breakup season.
I thought that was cuffing season.
No, Alayna, we're entering cuffing season. If when in doubt, go with the heat.
Because
If it's
everyone
hot-
has broken up.
Yeah, everybody right before it gets chilly and like snuggly, everybody
Yeah.
cuffs up.
I'm so.
Is
I
this
thought
correct,
the
or
breakup
am I
season
totally
was
making
like
this up?
spring because everyone's
No, I
going
think
into
you're
like hot
correct.
girl summer. They're coming out of hibernation.
I think there's
They're
2
ready to-
rounds.
2 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I would say there's
Wow, it's
2
rough
rounds
out
of
there.
breakup season. But we did
Sounds
survive
dangerous.
2023 fall breakup season.
That's
We're all
true.
together.
Congratulations to
Alayna,
us.
I was really worried about you and the girlfriend. I didn't know if you guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because things are
We
so
can cut
rocky
that. Do you
over
want
here.
that cut?
No, not at all.
Okay. I don't want to make fun of you guys. Like, that was a joke. Anyway.
Make fun of us as much as you want. If I was like, oh, Mac, that's really too sensitive, we should cut that, then be concerned about my relationship.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
That's so true.
Okay, we are going to go and record a Patreon bonus episode right now with Sydnie. And then Mac's going to tell us, I hope, about her degree, what she's pursuing.
I don't know how much I'm going to get into it, so I'll think about
That's okay, but
right now.
You're going to tell us a little something.
But if I talk about it, if I talk about anything else to do with it, it's going to be Patreon only forever.
Okay.
Put that on the
thanks
shirt.
For listening, everybody.
Patreon
Love
only
you.
forever. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Okay, bye guys.
Chosen Family is a Forever Dog production, hosted by Ashley Gavin, Alayna Joy, and Mak and Alayna. Edited by Danny Jewell, executive produced by Mariah Nicholas. Forever Dog Productions is Joe Cilio, Alex Ramsey, and Brett Boehm.
Forever